Hey there, Wildcats, and welcome to Season 7 of the 97070 show. My name is Peyton, I'll be a senior, and currently I'm your only host. Here at WBN, we're absolutely thrilled to continue creating content to keep the Wildcat community connected during this time. And speaking of staying connected, we're going to head on over to Kylie on her segment on how students are preparing for this new school year via Zoom.
Thanks, Peyton. We all know that going back to school this year is going to be very different, so that's why I decided to talk to sophomore Grace Jensen and senior Cormac Lister to see how they're preparing to go back this year. So the first thing I want to talk about is how you guys are preparing yourself for the school year and how it may have been different.
This school year is obviously going to look a little bit different, and I'm preparing for it by getting some more comfy clothes to wear around the house and for school. This is obviously different from previous years because I would have been shopping for jeans and cute sweaters, but this year it was mainly sweatpants.
So to prepare for the 2020 to 2021 school year, I've been practicing a lot more, making sure I know how the different things on my computer work, making sure that I have as few questions for my teachers as possible, because I know that this year is going to be super difficult for them, and anything I can take off of their plate is going to make their lives better and my life better.
That's pretty interesting, guys. So another thing that comes with working at home is your workspace. So what's your workspace like, and where is it at?
I think I am probably going to do my schoolwork in my mom's office or upstairs in our house because we have this nice big table. This year we'll have my Chromebook, and then I got a few notebooks and some pens.
So this year I was pretty lucky, and we had some switching around of the rooms in our house, and so I get my own office. I've got my desk, my computer, my nice gamer chair, and if I need to relax and lay down, I have my couch, and of course, so I look kind of nice in my Zoom calls, I got some decorations on the wall.
Finally, I want to know how you guys are feeling for this year. Do you have any nerves, or do you have anything you're excited about?
I am nervous for this year because I just don't exactly know what to expect, and that's okay. I guess going into it without having control on the situation is a little bit unsettling for me. Well, I'm excited to get some more structure back into my life and have a routine again.
This year I'm kind of excited and nervous about the same thing because I have a lot more things going on, and I'm sort of nervous about being able to balance all the stuff. There's a theater things going on. I'm hoping I'm going to be keeping a part-time job plus all my classes, but I'm super excited for the chance to have a main central area to be able to do those things.
Thanks, Grace and Cormac, for letting me talk to you about this coming school year. I'm Kylie for WBN. Back to you, Peyton.
Thanks, Kylie. Some students have had to prepare in more ways than just one. We're going to head on over to Hallie to see how freshman orientation went for students that are going to be new to the high school this year.
Thanks, Peyton. I'm Hallie, and I'm here to talk to you about our new incoming freshmen. With starting the school year online, our freshmen are not starting their high school experience in a normal fashion, one of those being freshman orientation. In normal years, freshmen will attend freshman orientation on campus, usually about the week before school starts. However, this year, our freshmen can't gather on campus for their freshman orientation due to COVID-19 guidelines. Instead, our Link crew put together a virtual orientation so the freshmen could still get that experience of being welcome to the high school. Let's chat with Kellen Rapp, a freshman attending Wilsonville High School this fall, and see what he learned from freshman orientation. Hi, Kellen. What do you think you learned the most from freshman orientation?
What I learned from freshman orientation were some cool tools and strategies to help me this year with the increased workload that comes with being a new high school student.
Do you think freshman orientation helped you feel more prepared for tackling your first year of high school?
I do believe that freshman orientation helped me feel more prepared for high school and what it means this year to be distance learning.
And finally, what part of high school are you most excited for?
The part of high school that I'm most excited for is sports, both watching things like football and, if all goes well, hopefully playing sports this spring.
Thank you, Kellen. We are all so excited to welcome the class of 2024 to Wilsonville High School, even online. Back to you, Peyton.
Thanks for those interviews, Hallie. The freshmen aren't the only people that are going to be new to Wilsonville High School this year. We're going to head on over to Michaela for her segment on the new teachers.
Thanks, Peyton. I'm Michaela.
And I'm Hallie.
And this year we have a lot of new staff members, and so we'll be introducing them to you right now. Starting English, we have Chelsea Asher, as well as Trevor Peck, who will be teaching social studies classes.
In the science department, please welcome Roxanne Kilpatrick,
who teaches AP Chemistry and Oceanography.
Megan Laurenti,
who teaches Biology.
Brian Ram,
who teaches Physics. Now for the language teachers, starting with Cindy Moling,
who teaches French.
Chun Chu,
who is teaching Chinese. As for the new elective teachers, we have Philip Clark,
who teaches computer science, photography, as well as being the robotics advisor.
Emily Cochran,
who's the choir student teacher.
And Janice Yang,
who is the 2D art teacher. And a little more about Miss Yang is that she loves to cook and travel. Her medium of choice is oil paint, and here are a few pieces she has done.
To find more of her artwork, look here. We are so excited to welcome all of these new teachers to Wilsonville High School.
Hopefully we can see them in school soon. Stay tuned for more episodes where we go more in depth with more teachers. Back to you, Peyton.
Thanks for filling us in, Michaela. Sports have always been a really big part of life at Wilsonville, so we're going to head on over to Brian to see what OSAA has said about the fall season.
Greetings, this is your host with the most, Brian A. Rector, coming to you live from inside the house. Now, I'll start off by mentioning that most of you have had the opportunity of getting to know me the past 3 years as I've been doing work for WBN as a daily sports broadcaster in the realms of basketball and soccer, and alongside that, I had the chance to do some staff writing for the Paw Print. But this year, being a senior and all, I'll be coming to you in a variety of different ways. Yes, I'll still be staff writing, and yes, I'll do broadcasting, but I like to announce that I'm making the jump to the director of sports for WBN and the editor of the sports section of the Paw Print as well. And on top of that, I'll be heading up the WBN Resting the Starters podcast, which I'm very excited about, and I'm excited to get to know more of you and amass more of a following, hopefully, as we continue down the line. But enough about me. Today, we're here to talk about sports and what they'll look like down the road. You see, the last couple months, we've been fighting this terrible, terrible virus that has captivated the nation, our state, our city, our community. And it's crumbled a few of our plans, such as going back to, physical school on time. In addition, another caveat was that the sports season was pushed back. So the OSA released a plan on August 5th, which I'll show you in a minute in detail. So now that you got a second to take a step back and look at this newly released schedule by the OSAA, we can say definitively that although we do not have sports just yet, the hope is that we will eventually. And if we end up doing the sports season as it's laid out right there, they will come out most certainly in gangbusters. By this I mean that there will be one sport after another, after another, after another, making for a tremendous close to our senior year and a tremendous close to the school year for everybody. Although I didn't have any scores to report in this first appearance as a 970 show member, what I do have is peace of mind in the sense that I had an opportunity to talk to Athletic Director Burke along with multiple other sports coaches at our school who have a tremendously optimistic view, and for that, there's reason to celebrate. Until then, we'll be covering all the news that we can, and we'll be taking it day by day as we go through this new school year and this new look as a school community all together. Thank you for your time. This has been B-Rec coming to you live from inside the house with sports. Have a good one, everybody.
Thanks, Brian. Well, that concludes our show for this week, and as always,
Stay classy, Wildcats.